Okay, this is the hazard switch and rear defrost switch from DX. Very common problem is that these switches will stick in when the grease ages a little bit. It gets sticky and gummy, so when you push it in, it doesn't always come out, and you gotta like play with it to get it to pop out. So we're gonna take one apart and clean up the grease, check the contacts, stuff like that. So you got to pop these little clips. This one on this side is broken already, but no big deal. You also need to cut this zip tie, but then you just use a little flathead and you go in like this and just kind of pry it like that. There are springs inside, so you need to be careful and lift it straight up. As you can see, spring right there, the spring right there. If you hold it upside down, they go flying, and then you kind of wonder, well, what's happened and where does this go? You can see here the contacts and the light bulb that lights it up for each one. I'm going to give those contacts a check and take our springs out. And then we're just going to check our switches. So this little slider, when you take them out, you can see the grease that's on there, and this little spring pin has a little pin on the back of it, and that's what actually slides in the groove of the plastic, which is right there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually like almost like a heart-shaped groove in there, and as you push the switch in, it makes contact and then clicks in place, and then you push it again and it releases and goes back. So this is the grease that gets all sticky and gooey that we need to clean off. And we'll probably put a little bit of lithium grease on there just to clean it up. And then this is your contact pad, so we need to check him for good connection. So I want to get in there and scrape any of the gooey grease out of there. As always, you can see I have my safety gloves on to keep chemicals from getting on my skin. Safety first, people. Okay, so need to find a little bit of grease. We can use lithium grease. We can use anti-seize. There's a couple of different options. And let's check our contacts here. So looks like this set is the contact pads for the defroster, and this set is for the four-ways. So we're going to hit them with just give the surface a little bit of a clean up with the sandpaper. Take some of the dullness out of it. Same thing with this guy, just It looks okay though. All right. Just a little drop of anti-seize. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. It just needs to keep this guy lubricated. Right here, it's a tiny little groove. So this metal plate needs to slide into that little groove. And the whole thing needs to go in as a set. You can see this tab basically is just a little spring that puts a little bit of pressure on that pin that just locks the button in place. Put some pressure on it. So you can see it goes in and stays and releases, in and stays and releases. That's the kind of goal that we're going for. And when we go to reassemble, you can see there's a little round circle right here and a little round pin down in there. Just put your springs on top of those guys. Those are that's what lines them up. You can see on here there's a spring guide there, and then on the back it just kind of sits around this bulb. So like this and like that. And then everything should clip back together. This clip is broken obviously, and then you can re-put a zip tie there if you wanted to, which I think I will if I can find myself one. All right, zip tie just goes around here. Especially being that that clip is broken, we want to have a zip tie in place here. This one has an eyelet for a screw. That's all I happen to have on me, so just chop it off. And that's it. Now we'll go try it out. Okay, here we are in the car. You can see the plug is right down here. That matches up with this guy. So I'll see if I can. There we go. Get my cameraman to hold that for me. Plug that guy in. So now we can see 4 ways are working, and they're off. And that's it, completed. Just have to reassemble the dash, and that's it. Quick 5-minute fix, and your hazard switch will work again. I'll see you again in the next video.